Sounds good.
Hear them now. Cool.
Okay. Let me check
Yeah.
something.
By the way, great stream you just did. That was a fun one.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I only caught the last half, but I enjoyed it.
Well, the last half was like basically the entire thing because the rest of it was just like calling dead numbers.
Oh yeah, dude, that's the problem with prank calling too. Is like
just the fucking ringing incessantly.
the pizza. I like the fact that he gave you the number to the pizza place on that last one. That was funny.
That was fun. Let me do the let me just.
How about that iDubbbz content cop, everybody? Huh?
Oh, big god, big fella. Shit, I don't have.
That was the biggest war crime Israel's ever done. I think was Ethan's reaction stream.
I didn't get a chance to watch the reaction stream, but I did put on. I fell asleep to the content cop this morning.
I fell asleep halfway through the content cop, woke back up, rewound it, and then I saw Ethan had reacted. So I was like, okay, well, I got to watch this. And it's just Ethan playing 2 seconds of it at a time, backing it up 4 seconds. They spent 2.5 hours to get 17 minutes through the thing because Ethan Klein has to shield his audience from any valid criticism of him at all times. I hate that movie.
I can't stand that guy. I can't remember where I put the fucking stuff for this show.
Saying there's no. Well, I can see the video. So, they're saying there's. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Intro song.
I don't think they're supposed to be showing us this.
John and Chris, they're diving back again. With their guests, they try to pretend. Laughing at the cringe from long ago on the most embarrassing show. Let's revisit what we tried to forget. The memories we're never gonna regret. Here's to moments we'll always outgrow. It's the most embarrassing show.
Da ba da ba da da ba ba da 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 ba da ba da da ba ba da ba da da
Just sing it off
ba
the
ba da ba da da. Welcome to the most embarrassing show. I am John from John Breaks Bad News. I'm joined here by Sir Seat Sitter, Mr. Chris from Abs and a Six Pack. Abs and a Six Pack.
Shit my ass.
Shitmyass.com. All right. Welcome to the most embarrassing show, the only show where we talk about the most embarrassing things that we've either done or created in our lifetimes. This week we don't have any guests, so it's just going to be stories of yesteryear and possibly some poetry reading. And what do you have for us today, Chris?
So we're gonna have to. I'm gonna let you pick because I brought an absolute smorgasbord. I have 5, I think, different school videos that we made for English class. I have 2 different talent show videos.
New ones?
And I have. We did one last time. I have 2 more talent show. We're gonna have the only because I was going through them and there was one that just made me cringe with my head in my hands. So we'll have to play that one.
Yeah, let's do that one today.
And I also have from the album Mr. Roan County. I have the first most embarrassing show we did before ever episode 1. I think it was 0.4. I was playing some of my music and I said, "Oh, if you think that's bad, I did an hour-long song that's on this album." And you said, "Why?" So I brought that hour-long song, and you can needle drop through that. It's on SoundCloud if you would like. I have plenty. We're not going to get to it all, but I'm just going to throw some things at you and see what sticks. You can pick.
Okay, sounds good. Do you want to send me the thing that made you put your head in your hands on Discord?
Yeah, we'll start with that.
Yeah, let's start with something juicy, and then I'll tell a quick story. and then we'll go from
Why
there.
don't you tell the story while I
Okay.
make sure I have the right.
Sure. So I, when I was in high school, we had, I had a gym class, like high schoolers typically do. And one of the gym classes that I went to, we were doing like some running on the treadmill. And I was trying to keep up with my friend. And I've always been like a pretty like non-coordinated guy. You know what I mean? I've always been somebody who's like, who's a little bit, I was a husky kid, and I wasn't exactly like, doing gymnastics. And I was trying to keep up with my very athletic friend who was running very fast. And I started bumping up the treadmill speed, and I lost my footing, and my gym shorts whipped out from underneath me, and I was running pantsless, and then I fell and got slammed against the back wall by the treadmill, just firing me off into space, basically. So
It's like a Tuesday. Classic America's Funniest Home Videos moment.
yeah, exactly. But I was wearing like gray beige-ish underwear, and everybody was like, "He has no penis." That was probably the worst part of it.
Yeah, that'll do it. That's
No, I
what did
wasn't
you do?
bare-assed. But I was in my skivvies.
Did you do the classic "I meant to do that" thing?
No, I just I swore up and down. I pulled my gym shorts back on, and I swore up and down that I was wearing underwear, and people were like, "No, you weren't. You have no penis." And that was that was one of the worst things that I remember ever happening to me.
Well, if you think you can top that story, or if you just have a story that doesn't top that, give us a call. What was there's a great number. I was trying to find the screenshot. I shouldn't have even brought it up if I don't have it, but there was something, it ended in like, it was like something goon is the last four letters, I think, if you want to call.
We do have
But
two voicemails, so I figured we'd watch these and then we'd listen to the two voicemails. I got two voicemails from earlier on in the stream.
Yeah, I got those where I can pipe them in through my end, or if you already have that set, you can hit it. But the number to call in is 646-665-4835. And then if you have embarrassing videos of yourself, or you and your friend group doing anything, poetry, music, videos, or anything like that, art, drawings, something you drew that looks like shit, just email that into mostembarrassing@gmail.com, and we will laugh at it with you.
Yeah, obviously with you. Hold on, I think I gotta find something.
Oh, and I also did send you on Discord another embarrassing video from I guess 2 months ago now. One I sent you earlier too.
Hold on. Here we go. Properties. Boom. Control room. Copy solo link. Copy.
Once again, that number to call in is 646-665-4835.
Yeah, vamp for the people. All right, here we go. Ignore the blank screen.
I can tell you about what I've been up to at shitmyass.com if you need me to stall for a minute.
Yeah, go ahead. Stall for a second.
If anybody's been watching the show Common Side Effects on Adult Swim, the Mike Judge show that I was a big fan of, I'm buddies with Rob Dew, the news director over at InfoWars, and I was asking him to come on, and he said, get this guy on. He's a mycologist. And it was right around the time that I finished watching the season finale of Common Side Effects. I start looking at this guy's videos, and I'm like, this guy sounds and looks a lot like Marshall. and his whole life story is pretty much the same as Common Side Effects, except for the fact that there's a mushroom that brings everybody to life in a literal sense like that. He was the first man in the United States to be arrested for Bitcoin. Anyway, check that out at shootmyass.com, that episode. It's a pretty, I don't want to even spoil it, but it's a pretty wild ride if you're into psychedelics, fungi of any kind, Bitcoin, or the show Common Side Effects, because the word on the street now is that somehow, since Mike Judge and Alex Jones are friends, word of this guy got spread up the chain, and they must have based this Marshall character from Common Side Effects on that guy I interviewed, because, and it sounds a little far-fetched until you actually check this guy's work out, but that's I think that's one of the most interesting shows I've done all year. That's so, if you're into any of that stuff, give that a listen to.
All right. I can't find the thing that I was looking for, so let's play your video.
On Discord? Oh, is this the which one is this? Is this the,
Arise My Yeast?
Well, let me give a background. So, if you were a youth group kid or a church going kid around this time, what year did that get uploaded?
This was uploaded 14 years ago. It doesn't say. 2011.
Yes, that sounds about right. So we probably recorded it 2010, something like that, 2011. There were things at youth group called lock-ins, if anybody remembers this, where all the kids would stay overnight at the church. We'd play, Super Smash Brothers and all that stuff. And you'd be in the church all night. And we would do talent shows. And so I wrote a parody of the Christian song Arise My Love about Jesus coming back out of the grave. But it was called Arise My Yeast, and it was about a baker having some kind of mishap in his kitchen. And I don't know, I think we just rolled with that. And this is a rough one. So yeah, with all that in mind.
All right.
I present Arise My Yeast live. The only time it's ever been I like how it just says God in the top left. He's singing. The most embarrassing part about this too is that I rehearsed it several times. I wrote it that morning and rehearsed it like all day.
All day?
I mean, for hours. I had to memorize the words.
That's the hardest part of anything, is memorizing all the words, and then you memorize the words and you feel like a total dickhead.
I was a theater kid, man. Like I was in a murder mystery comedy in senior year in high school, and I played two of the 6 characters in a 3-hour 3-act play with 2 intermissions. So I was no stranger to like this kind of theater shit. But I hadn't seen this probably since it got uploaded in 2011, and I was watching this today, and I go, "Oh God!" Like
This is bad.
this is pretty bad.
I'm
It's
sorry.
like a whole song about like a baker having bread that got baked too big in an oven. I don't even know what the joke was really, other than it's like, oh, instead of arise my love, Jesus rising out of the grave, it's arise my yeast, and and there's a moment. There's a moment. I don't know where it is in here, but where a couple people in the crowd go. "Ah!" I had a pocket full of toothpicks, and when I said the toothpicks seemed to whisper, I fucking threw
Threw a bunch
a
of tooth-
handful of toothpicks into the audience, thinking that would be fine. Like an insane thing to do. Like,
That is fucking crazy. Why did you do that?
Those are sharp as fuck, dude.
Just getting in people's eyes and shit.
Yeah.
It's like a metalocalypse.
You'll hear a couple when I don't know if it already passed, but you'll hear a couple people go, "Ah!"
How did you get other people involved in this?
The same way I got the. I mean, both of these guys were in my MTW videos, so it's like the same fucking crew of church kids. It's like, dude, I mean, the shit that I did before I ever smoked or drank was crazier than anything I would ever do now. For the most part, obviously. For the most part. Especially when it comes to legal things. If we have time for it tonight, I'll show you a video of me publicly urinating in a graveyard.
We're definitely gonna have time for it tonight.
Okay. Audience playing stand up, people with lighters playing. So
What was that?
I don't know, like after I did the power slide, I think it was, or maybe before, we had audience plants in there. So like that guy that stands up and starts going like this, we told him to do that. The people holding lighters, we handed those out. It's just like, oh my God.
What
It's a song about bread.
Don't ever play
And then
something like this again.
And the youth leaders were mad about this because they're like, well, this is like sacrilege. Like we just constantly were getting in trouble at church, but for always the wrong reasons. It's like,
It's like you guys are doing like something create. Like I don't understand the hate. Like you're doing something creative and trying your best.
well, on the last show, you saw us basically mimicking sodomy in front of the entire church.
Yeah, that was bad. But this is harmless. I don't understand why they're pissed off at this. I guess it's a little sacrilegious.
Man, this is a dumb anecdote, but it kind of shows you the mindset of the people I was around as a kid. When I was real young, there was this Newsboys song that would always play on the radio. You remember Newsboys? They're pretty good as far as Christian music goes, but the old school Newsboys around the DC Talk era with Jesus Freak and all that. There was this song called what the hell was the name of that song? Well, it was about hell, and it's the chorus of the song was, when the toast is burned and all the milk has turned and Captain Crunch is waving farewell. When the big one finds you, may this song remind you that they don't serve breakfast in hell. And it's a song about how, like, basically you're going to go to hell, but it was kind of tight. And this was on Christian radio, and I got in trouble for singing that at like, even though it's a Christian song on Christian radio, I got in trouble at church. It's just like, that's the kind, like, there's rules. People, like, saying the phrase, oh my God, would be like, people would
Oh,
Anyway, so
saying
that's
"Oh
done.
my God,"
Oh yeah, you can't. That's taking the Lord's name in vain, bro. Can't do
that's
that.
crazy. Okay. There's about a minute left of this. Minute and a half left.
Yeah, maybe the toothpicks part's coming up. Hopefully. I can do like hours tonight. Hours left.
That Dio scream at the end was pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know, man. What do you think of that? That was pretty bad, right?
That was kind of, yeah, it was pretty bad.
Thank you.
Sorry.
It was pretty. I was going through some of the old, like, because I have a bunch of school project videos too, and there's a couple that were that, like, maybe honestly, maybe more, definitely more cringe than that. Definitely more cringe than that. But that was the one that had me where I was specifically like, I fucking hate this, so I know I have to bring it. I hate this. Ugh.
You ever lose a fight before? You ever like really like just fucking get your
Like
fucking...
an argument?
No,
or a
no,
beef,
no,
or like a physical
no.
fight?
You ever just like get laid out? Just have like have your fucking head punched in, like real bad.
I'm a pacifist. Like, I'm an antagonist, but a pacifist. So
Yeah,
I'll bring
but
somebody right up to the edge, but I'll never swing back because most people are bigger than me.
like I'm not a big fighting guy. I'm not good at fighting. I'm not a fighter, but I also like I am an antagonist. I think we both are kind of built from the same cloth when it comes to that kind of stuff. And sometimes I get myself into situations that I just can't get out of.
All right. Sounds like it's leading somewhere interesting.
Yeah, so I got into a little bit of a tussle. It was the last night. I used to work at this bar called Even Flow, and Even Flow closed down. And
Did that come out before or after the Pearl Jam song?
it was after the Pearl Jam. Like actually, like
Okay.
the sign on the front of the building was like the Pearl Jam logo, the little stick figure man. And then there, for some reason, there was a giant like Cloud from Final Fantasy VII.
Yes, played by Nicolas Cage in the movie, I think.
The big sword that he had was just sticking out of the fucking wall for no reason. I like nobody could figure out like what the sword was about, and it was all lit up with
Wait,
like
was it like a
shitty
sword in
lighting.
the stone situation where if you pull it out, you become Cloud?
No, it was just like a mock-up piece of shit, like fake sword stuck in the wall, and like it was all like illuminated. And that was just the theme of this place, was just like it was a venue that bands played at. It was an Even Flow bar. It was a wing joint. And for some reason, this didn't work as a business plan. So it closed down. And the last night that it closed down, they did like a clean out the bar, like drinking night for all like it was like $30 and you can drink whatever the fuck you wanted all night long from like 6 o'clock in the afternoon until 4 a.m. So we just I got completely shithoused, and one of the girls that worked there, this lady Colleen, she started making out with this guy, and Colleen was a friend of mine, and I walked over to them and I was like, oh, that's like cute that you guys are making out. And I looked at the guy, I go, that's my friend, you be fucking nice to her or I'll fuck your face. And he didn't like that very much. And it turns out this guy was like a trained MMA fighter.
Oh, jeez.
So he got up and he got in my face, and I was like, look, man, I'm just saying, be nice to my friend, or, like I'm going to have something to say about it. I'm going to fuck your face. And I said it again. And he was like, okay, just watch what happens. So I turn around and I go to the bar where my friend is standing. And my friend Charlie was like a fucking psychopath. He was like the one guy that you could truly rely on if shit was about to go down, to have your back. And I go to him, I go, listen, it looks like this guy's going to try to beat me up. And I think he's got his brother with him. So like, can you just get my back? And he was like, yeah, absolutely. No problem. So I go to walk outside the back of the bar and this was in the dead of February. There was like snow all over the ground, and the whole place was like just completely like it had been plowed, and like there was a giant pile of snow, but like and then it had snowed that night, so there was still snow on the ground, and it was all compacted because people had been stomping around in the back of the bar for like hours at that point. And so I went out back. I went out,
slip and slide situation.
Yeah, very slippery. So I step out into the back to like light a cigarette, and I pull my cigarettes out of my pocket. I put it in my mouth and I light it, and the guy just fucking shoves me from behind into the parking lot, and I jump off the stairs and I land on my feet, and I start sliding, and I turn as I'm sliding, I like try to turn around to see the guy, and he's already punching. So he's like punching me in the face as I'm turning around, and I'm like, all right. And I put my fucking hands up, and the brother comes out and he starts trying to attack me, but Charlie runs and grabs the brother and starts beating him, like fighting with him. And I'm like, hopefully the brother is a bad fighter and Charlie can just beat him up, and then the two of us can handle this while I just like try to hold this guy off for as long as I possibly can. And he's just fucking wailing at me really fucking hard. Like, I've never felt somebody punch as hard as like a trained MMA fighter before. So I have my hands up against my face like this, and I go to look above my face, and he just cracks me right in the fucking nose, and then cracks me in the eye, and then cracks me in the jaw. And I drop my hands, which was stupid because you're not supposed to do that in a fight. I found out later. That you're not supposed to put your hands down.
Feels like you might have found that out immediately.
I did find that out immediately. And he just he probably hit me like 2 or 3 more times before I was unconscious on my feet. And then I looked like I was out for like a second, and then I looked up and he was just like on top of me and doing that fucking pounding, that fist pounding thing right on my face. And then I was asleep.
Fuck.
And I woke up.
How long later did you wake up?
It was probably like a good 15 minutes later. And apparently Charlie had gotten to his truck and grabbed a shotgun and then cleared out the bar with the shotgun. and everybody like ran out, and I got woken up by my friend Dave, and he was like, "Are you like what happened?" And my face was just all swollen, and I was like, "I got beat up,
Adrian.
And, yeah, and I just I ended up getting home and like didn't go to the doctor or anything, but I was clearly concussed, and that was probably one of the most embarrassing moments of my life, was just putting my foot in my mouth so hard that my face ended up like a road pizza.
I got one that might top that. That's got me thinking about, because I've really never been in a fight, and I've never fought back and I've only had two people try to fight me, and it's like I
didn't get a
both
chance to
drunk
throw
and I
a
was not.
single punch,
Yeah.
so I didn't fight back either.
You ever heard of Bonnaroo? I don't think I've
Yeah,
ever
yeah,
told this story
Bonnaroo.
there
That's like
before.
a music festival, right?
Yeah, it's in Tennessee. It's a phenomenal time. It was the second or third year I was there. This is a wild. Okay, this is a wild one. Yeah, second or third year I was there. The first year, and I don't do hard drugs anymore, but back then I was big into the psychedelics.
Right.
And the first year I was there, I mean, we were just popping penis in me mushroom chocolates like they were candy, and magical things happen at Bonnaroo in a way that it's hard to explain or make people understand. But psychedelics kind of have a way of also doing this too. But when you have 80 to 100,000 people and half of them at least are on psychedelics,
Yeah.
things can get a little strange,
Yes.
and usually in a good way. But I mean, there were things that would happen the first, second, third. Every year I've been there, stuff like this would happen. Like I was looking all over for one of the faculty members of the college at the time, trying to meet up with him. We were both on mushrooms. We couldn't find each other. Both of our phones were died before we could ever find each other. So I finally just gave up looking for this motherfucker, and I'm standing in line for a lemonade. There's probably 20, 30, 40 lemonade stands in this place. And I'm standing in line, and I hear the dude, John, talking, but I'm like, well, I keep thinking I'm hearing him talking this whole time. I'm on mushrooms, so I just ignore it, because I'm looking for a guy, so everybody's voice sounds like this guy. And finally, I turn around, and we look at each other. He was directly standing in line behind me for like 10 minutes, and we didn't even know it. Out of like 80,000 people. And it's not like we were trying to meet at a lemonade stand. Or like at J. Cole, another year, I'm looking for, I'm in a Blue Man suit. You know how Charlie in Always Sunny has the Green Man suit?
Yeah.
I'm in a Blue Man suit. I'm looking all over, waving around, trying to find my buddies at this crowd. As soon as I give up looking for them, I turn over. It's like we made eye contact at the same time. It's like, holy shit, you're right next to me in this huge fucking crowd. So it's like shit like that. And I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's all coincidence, unless you're like a hippy dippy weirdo like me. But all that to say, I had bought some Timothy Leary LSD, like a fucking.
What does that mean?
Sheet of it I mean, this is way
Timothy Leary LSD?
It's got his face on the tab.
Oh, okay.
It's just got Leary's face on each tab. And the shit was pretty weak. I don't know if it got like heat damaged in the mail or whatever by the time it got to me. But I mean, I had been popping like 5-10 tabs and just tripping pretty mellow. So I'm kind of used to that. And I'm at Bonnaroo, and somebody gives me this SpongeBob acid. They're like, I would just take one. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm experienced. I fucking took 2 tabs of SpongeBob acid. It was like one tab had SpongeBob's face on it. One tab had Patrick's face on it. Pop them both. And, you know, see a couple shows. About an hour and a half later, I see, yeah, okay. And also the timeline is fucking crazy because I was on acid. So it's like things might be a little out of order.
Yeah.
This is what happened. I met Kendrick Lamar. Great show, fantastic show. I love Kendrick. And as things start going, I start becoming more and more out of body. And I'm not sure how the transition happened, but at a certain point in the show, I was convinced that I was the one on stage and I was Kendrick Lamar and I was from Compton. Like, dead ass convinced of this. Like, I was not in my body anymore. I was Kendrick.
You were Kendrick?
Like, the energy, like I was Kendrick. I was experiencing being him on stage. I don't even know. It's like, I was bombed. Like, I should have been in a psych ward. And like, eventually, all of a sudden, I kind of come to, and I'm just curled up in the fetal position on the ground. I'm not actually Kendrick on stage. And I go, oh, fuck. So I like climb behind this. I go behind like this fucking, the porta potties just to get away from everybody because I'm kind of freaking out. And I'm like, just like laying behind these porta potties. And all of a sudden I get kicked in the face fucking hard.
Oof.
And just get my shit rocked and my shit stolen and my backpack with all my shit and my money taken. And the next thing I remember is people are trying to pick me up. And time dilation's weird on acid.
Yeah.
So I think it's those guys that mugged me. It turns out it was EMTs trying to help me. I fucking just kicked the shit out of one of them and started running away. And then they tackle me. Strap me to a fucking
gurney.
They tackle me, strap me to one of those fucking cots, like, you know, that they would
yeah.
Private Ryan when they were take me to this fucking the med tent. And I'm like geeked out of my mind. I've been listening to Joe Rogan around that time, you know. So they're like, "What drugs did you take?" And I don't even remember what drugs I took. I go, DMT. I've never even done DMT. And they're like, "What?" And they're like, they didn't know what to do. Anyway, I'm strapped down this tent and I keep going like, I really gotta piss. Like, I really gotta piss. And they're like, and it's also like I was fucking tripping so hard that, you know, when you don't really know whether you're saying things out loud or thinking it, and sometimes you don't even know if you're listening to somebody talk or it's you talking. Like, that's the level I was at.
Yeah.
So I just fucking pissed my pants, strapped down, hard. Like, I just fucking unloaded, and they just start dying laughing.
And they're laughing at you. That's so fucked.
Well, it was. I mean, and that could have even been. I know for a fact my pants were pissed because when I was sober, they were still fucking soaking wet and smelled like piss. That laughing could have been in my imagination too. I mean, so much of it is like, you know.
Yeah.
But so then they take me back to my tent. They're taking me back to my camper. And they cut my wrist. They like scanned my wristband because you have this RFID chip wristband, and they matched it with my driver's license. And they said, "Did you steal this wristband?" Because I don't think you're Chad Phillips. It says here you're Chris on your driver's license. And it turns out that in an attempt to hide my identity because I didn't like being tracked by an RFID chip.
Oh no.
My identity did not match the wristband that I had, so I missed the whole last day and a half of Bonnaroo, even though I had paid the fucking $400 for the ticket, because they thought I like stole the fucking wristband or whatever. So they kicked me the fuck out, and I had to find a way to get home.
They were like, "We don't want to deal with this guy, so fucking fuck him."
Well, yeah, and it was also like, well, we need to, you know, your wristband says that this is not you, so you're not even supposed to be here.
Yeah, so we don't have to care about you at all.
Yeah. Here I am thinking I'm a smart guy going, I tricked the system, not putting my actual name. And it fucked me. But anyway, that was a pretty fucking, that was a rough going home with my tail between my legs.
Yeah, that
kind of a moment there. That was a rough one.
That really, that does sound like it fucking blows.
That was really bad.
God. Getting kicked in the face is probably the worst thing to have happen to you.
Like, and I'd been going to Bonnaroo for a while, man. They fucked it when they started bringing DJs and EDM and shit like that in.
Yeah,
when it was all like variety shit.
Yeah,
it was like a hippy dippy crowd, and then it became like a bunch of like cokeheads and Molly people and criminals that started coming, and that was because getting mugged was kind of unheard of in my experience at Bonnaroo until then.
So we got. Was that the only time that you've ever been like mugged before?
Yeah, I mean that's the only time I've ever been even punched or kicked in the face.
Damn. I've been hit in the face a lot.
I might have deserved it more than that, but that was the only time it happened.
We got an email. Do you want to do like an email and then we'll do another
Just
video?
do an email and some voicemails,
Or do you want to do
or
you want to
maybe
break
an
it?
email and a voicemail or something? Yeah.
Okay. So this I'm not going to read this guy's name because it's it's embarrassing. But he writes, "Hello, John. I have a few embarrassing moments of me pooping myself and stepping in God shit when I was a kid. A dog shit. I'm assuming that's what he meant. The most embarrassing moment, though, was when I was on a school bus going to football camp. I had Taco Bell breakfast that morning, and it was an 8-hour bus ride, and there was no stops at all for bathroom breaks or anything like that. And we got about 20 minutes until getting there, and my stomach was messing with me the whole ride. I ended up shitting myself and had to use my pillowcase to stop it from coming down." Oh, this guy's got a phone number, and I think we should call him. You want to call him?
Okay. Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it.
All right.
Oh, real quick before we call him, I just wanted to say I have like a couple of half ideas for segments we could do, and we can flesh this out more. But I was thinking if we have enough submitted embarrassing stories from people, whether it's voicemail, email, whatever,
Right.
it would be funny to, and I'm not going to say how we'll do it because it kind of depends on the story, but it would be funny to, whatever one we decide is, this week's best, or this month, I guess this month's best, since it's a monthly show, whatever this is, this month's most embarrassing story, if we attempt to recreate it ourselves in some kind of a way, whether that means call up a business and tell them that happened to us, like a doctor, or like a hotel or whatever, or just like I could go into like the Walmart and just kind of film myself
Doing
camera style, going up to the help desk and just telling them that story happened to me.
Do
I don't know,
a recreation.
Something
Yeah,
like that.
that would be. I think that would be great. I think. So if you have embarrassing stories, please send them in. Mostembarrassing@gmail.com. You can also leave a voicemail at 646-665-4835.
And
Right.
also the email's great for sending in your embarrassing content. As well.
Yes, as well as your embarrassing content.
All right, let's call this guy.
Can you hear it?
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Ian,
Is not available. The mailbox is full and cannot accept.
I was going to leave a voicemail. All right, Ian. Sorry.
Well, do you want to play a voicemail?
Yeah, let's play one of the voicemails.
I got the. Let's see.
Yeah,
Let me know. Let me know if you can hear this here. And there we go.
Yep.
hey, so I was 16. I just learned how to drive. And this girl texted me trying to get me to come over, sneak in. And I tried. I went down and we were texting. She tried describing the house to me. And I parked in this empty parking lot to try and not wake anyone up. So I'm walking, looking for this house she described. Told me to come in through the second story to like climb up this track and get on the roof. The window on the left. And so I did that. And I was in a bathroom. And I texted her that I was in the bathroom and asked for her to come get me. And she said she didn't have a second story bathroom. And so I had to get back out of this stranger's house. And I just went home at that point. I was horrified. But thank you.
Bro, that's crazy. That's great.
Hold on, what was the end of that? I missed it.
He said, hey, he was going to meet a girl and snuck into her house to bang. And he said, I'm up at the second floor. And she said, I don't have a second floor. And so he had to sneak back out of the house.
Just gave him the wrong address.
Yeah, I don't know how that would happen, but that's fucking wild. I was halfway through that story. I was like, oh, I had something similar happen, but no, that takes the cake. I was invited to a house party where we were all getting really drunk in high school, and my girlfriend at the time ended up fucking in the master bedroom. And
with you or
no, me and her. Like,
oh, okay, you said my girlfriend.
Me and her ended up fucking. No,
okay,
me and my girlfriend ended up fucking in the master bedroom, and we were drunk and passed out in that bed, and we woke up to goom, 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 on the door. Which thank fucking God we had the foresight to lock it somehow. But it was the kid that invited everybody over, his parents, and we were in their bedroom butt ass naked.
Oh no!
We just hid in there and got dressed until they finally fucking were so pissed off they just drove off. And then like had to sneak the fuck out of there really quick. Yeah. But no, that takes the cake. Going into the wrong house, that's fucking wild. Well, you want to hit another video?
Yeah, let's do one more video.
Well, I have the that 45-second one that features both you and me, or we can hit the one of me peeing in a cemetery.
Let's do the pissing in the cemetery one.
All right, let me grab that. Oh, and in the same vein as that Arise My Yeast one, I have me and my friends dressing up as Oompa Loompa and just fully recreating the Oompa Loompa dances to the music, which is kind of even worse than that Arise My Yeast one. But I don't know. But I don't know how interesting it is. It might be. It's cringe, but it also might be kind of like I don't want to watch this whole thing. But I did have orange face paint on. Let's see.
That's close to. It's a little dangerously close to last time.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
Here you go. The orange face, but it was not just me. It was like 7 other guys, which is like makes it even gayer. This video is called "Not Cool." It's a sketch comedy video of the highest level.
All right, hold on. I'm fucking up.
Features me with short hair.
There we go. All right. You with short hair.
That's yeah.
You got something on you. Sure. Dude. Oh, is that not cool? Sorry, I thought it was cool. Not cool. That was cool.
I'm sure that guy Weedy was having a great time watching.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I thought that was cool. Is that not cool? Is that not cool? Hey! Dude! Is that not cool? I thought it was cool. Is that not cool? I thought it was cool. Is that not cool?
Hey, can you watch me drink? I gotta run. I'll be back.
The way he's walking there. Here you go. Kissing in a cemetery.
somebody said that the YouTube video is echoing. I should have fixed that.
Dude. Is this not cool? I thought this was cool.
I did fill up that Snapple bottle with a good amount of piss from the range.
Oh, that's cool. You're good. You're good, bro.
There you go. Yeah, that was me pissing, long range pissing into a Snapple. It was real piss, everybody.
Long range piss.
I guess it wasn't that long a range. Not like my heyday.
I got you ever really destroy somebody else's property by accident? Like you get fucked up and then you just start fucking vomiting all over the place. Oh shit! What happened to your audio? I can't hear you.
My bad.
Oh.
I was just I don't know how long I don't know how long I was muted. I thought you heard me for the long range pissing, right?
Oh yeah, the long range pissing I heard.
Okay. No, sorry, that was my bad. I was muted. I was saying my good buddy Caleb, former host at shootmyass.com, taught me this lesson: when you break somebody's property or when you spill a beer on the floor, if you accidentally spill a beer on somebody's carpet, it's called the double dick theory. And we came up with this one night because we were all shit faced, and we were at this girl's house, and he accidentally knocked this really nice, expensive looking clock off the ground, and before she could even say anything about it, he just kicked it as hard as he could. And so then so we was like, this is the double dick theory. Like, if you do something, even if whether it's on accident or on purpose, but especially if it's on accident, you do something even worse right away so that they can't even get mad at the first thing anymore. And it kind of cancels it out. So like if you spill a beer on somebody's floor, on their carpet, just immediately open another beer and just look at them in the eyes while you dump another one straight out. So anyway, the long way to answer, that's kind of what the tact I take when I accidentally destroy somebody else's property.
So, not that long ago, probably less than a year ago, I don't know if I've told this story before, but I was at my buddy Matt's house. He's the drummer of my band Dire Descent, and he had just gotten promoted to like the store manager at the Guitar Center that he works at. So now he's like head honcho running the place. And he wanted everybody to come over and have a couple of drinks. So I went over there and I had two packs of Voodoo Ranger, the most high octane Voodoo Rangers I could possibly find. And I was
like 9.9%?
Yeah, the 9.9%, 11%. And I just was crushing them as fast as I possibly could. And I got way too fucked up. And I was the last one there, and they were like, okay, you're not going home. And I was like, I could get home. And they were like, no, you definitely cannot get home. And they took my keys, and they were like, we're going to put you in bed. And they set me up on their couch. And as soon as they left the room and I laid down, the entire world was spinning in a way that I've never experienced before in my entire life. So I immediately got up and headed to the bathroom and made it to the bathroom door and just destroyed their fucking bathroom in their apartment. And they got up and they were like, are you okay? And I was like, no, I need to go home. And I was like, and they were like, well, you can't go home. And I was like, you got to take me home. And they were like, okay, we'll take you home. So they brought me, like I knocked over a lamp. I fucking just was destroying everything in their apartment on the way out. And they were like, God damn it, John, you need to fucking chill the fuck out. So they get me in the car and they're like, okay, we're going to take you home, but you need to fucking relax. You can't be acting crazy like you are right now. And I'm like, okay. And they live about 25 minutes away from where I live. So it's like a bit of a ride on the highway. So they get on the highway and like I'm cool for a few minutes on the highway, and then like everything starts like just flipping around, like the world spinning again. And I'm like, all right, fuck, I'm gonna fucking uke. And I pull my shirt up over my face and I start vomiting into my shirt. Because that's the only thing that I could think of at that moment. And then my buddy Matt is like realizes what's happening because he could smell it. So he starts vomiting, and he starts vomiting right onto the floor of the car.
Oh my God.
And then I finally realize that I can roll down the window, and I start trying to puke out the window, but then I just end up puking down the side of the door. And like Kara, her poor car just is completely annihilated. So they pull over on the side of the road, and I'm just like puking on the side of the road. And my buddy Matt storms over to me. He's like, "You gotta fucking stop it. You gotta hold it together." And he rips my shirt off and he throws it into the woods. And I'm like, "Well, now I don't have anything to puke in." And he's like, "You're not going to puke anymore." So they finally get me home, and I take my pants off in their car because I'm now my pants are covered in vomit. And so I take my pants off in the car, and I still had my boots on, and I just throw them in the garbage on my way into the house. And Alyssa meets us outside, and she's like, "What's going on?" And I try to give her a hug, and she's like, "No, you fucking don't." And she's like, "Get in the fucking house."
Was this last week or?
This was literally like 8 months ago. Probably.
Okay, so not that long.
Yeah, not that long ago. And she's like, "Get in the fucking house and get in the shower." So I got in the shower, and then I went to bed. And that was, but I woke up the next morning. I felt like death, and I Venmo'd Kara like a couple $100 to get her fucking car detailed. And I was like, "I'm so sorry. I feel so bad."
Oh man.
And that's the worst I've ever destroyed somebody else's property while getting fucked up.
I'm trying to think. Like I'm trying to think if I ever like destroyed anybody's property, but that did make me think of one thing. That same night that Caleb knocked the clock off the wall and kicked the clock, we were at these two girls' houses. These two girls were roommates, and we were over at their house, and we were playing apples to apples with them, and we were already shit faced when we decided to get all the liquor in the house and all the like juice in the house and poured it into this giant punch bowl, and just were drinking it like way more than the two of them were. And that was about an hour later. The clock got knocked off the wall and was kicked. I think his shoe wound up in the rain the next morning in the middle of the street somehow outside, like full of rain. But we're playing apples to apples, and all of a sudden, almost as if I had just scarfed down Taco Bell for a week and had held in my shit, all of a sudden I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I like hold my stomach. I'm holding my stomach. I'm drunk as I'm like black. I'm not so blackout that I don't remember this happening, but I'm drunk
Getting
enough
close.
to where I should have been arrested, even though I wasn't driving or doing anything illegal. And I
Just so drunk that being in public is a crime.
Yeah, well, drunk inside of a house. I was that drunk where it's like I shouldn't be legal. From where the table where we were playing apples to apples to the bathroom door is tops 20 feet. Like 20 feet. I couldn't make it. I opened the door before I even stepped foot in the bathroom. I have filled my drawers with shit.
Damn.
Like soft served it up, like just like 6 fucking pounds of hot shit. And I'm like I get my pants off. I sit on the toilet, and I'm like, the room is spinning. I get my pants off, and I'm like, I gotta fucking puke. So I try to like stick my head between my legs while I'm sitting on the toilet and puke into the toilet.
Oh no, that
and
never
all
works.
that happens is I fill my shit-filled pants and underwear with a bunch of puke. So now I have like a ton of puke and a ton of shit. I didn't bring a change of clothes to this house. This was a girl that I like really had a crush on at the time too.
Oh,
I was over
well, that's
so,
over.
Yeah, what? We ended up dating after that.
Really? How did you salvage that? I got to hear that story after this.
I mean, we'd known each other a long time, so it's not like we'd known each other for years. It's not like the first time we ever met, or even we'd known. It's not like even
it was
that year that we met.
Just like you got it was a mulligan, and she gave it to you.
Yeah, I mean, like she. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. We both had some moments, you know. She had nothing that bad, but so anyway, and now I'm sitting in this bathroom. The room is spinning. I have pants. My pants are full of just hot shit and nasty ass puke. It's like orangish pink from all this shit. And now I'm just kind of racking my brain, my drunk brain, as to how am I going to fix this. And so I just like I basically use like 3 full rolls of toilet paper to try to scoop it all out and get it in the toilet. It's like I'm in this bathroom trying to clean this up for like at least 45 minutes until they come knocking on the door like, "Are you okay?" And I go, yeah, everything's fine. And then like I get this shit cleaned up as best I can, but then I eventually sober up enough to realize that like I'm gonna have to ask for some new clothes. So I just kind of poke my head out the door and go, "Hey, you got an extra pair of jeans?" And I don't think they did, so I ended up wearing her pajama pants or something. We ended up partying late into the night, but I think I just I don't exactly remember how that got resolved, but if I'm really like, I hope this isn't true, but basically what probably happened is those 2 girls ended up probably cleaning up the fucking bathroom for me while I was passed the fuck out on the floor.
That'll do it.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, that's terrible, dude. Yeah, that's a rough one.
Yeah, that getting fucked up. Like I have a couple of really embarrassing stories where you get fucked up and just like.
I haven't been drunk in quite some time now, and I, looking back on it, I'll have a couple now and then, but I don't miss getting drunk.
Yeah,
because of shit like.
Yeah, I don't miss like just getting completely annihilated anymore.
Yeah,
I've had like 3 beers tonight. I'm good. I'm done. I'm done for the night. I'm like I don't need any more. Don't need any less. But I don't need any more.
Yeah, I realized at a certain point, it's like, man, I'm 30. I really don't need to be waking up not remembering what happened to me the night before. It's like getting a little old for
that. So we got a couple minutes left. Do you want to do the last voicemail and then we'll say goodnight?
Voicemail. Sounds good to me.
All right, you play it.
Hey, this story is for John. John Breaks Bad News is where I heard. So
I know this isn't what he said, but the voice transcript says, "Hey, the story is for John and John Breaks Bad News to where it hurts."
Okay.
Hey, this story is for John. John Breaks Bad News is where I heard. So 2004, I was in the military. I was on my 2nd deployment to Iraq. And I had gotten hurt, and a few months later, I was walking around where I was stationed at, and all of a sudden it felt like somebody ran up and kicked me in the nuts. I was like, what the hell was that? Long story short, come to find out, I had a really bad hernia. It had pushed intestines down into my right sac. It was swollen. It felt horrible. I could feel stuff moving around, just all around shitty situations. When I went to the medical officer and got checked out, they said, yep, you definitely had to do the whole turn your head and cough deal. They're like, yep, that is a severe hernia. You need to get medevac right away. So put me in a helicopter, got me to Balad, put me on a Air Force jet, flew me to Germany, and sent me up for surgery to have hernia repaired.
Oh.
Prior to the surgery, they had to do an ultrasound. So they brought me into a room, and at the Landstuhl Hospital, it was all Air Force medics and staff and nurses. And I was a E3 Lance Corporal in the Marines. And this, I think she was an E7. I'm not sure what rank it is in the Air Force. She was a higher ranking female. Comes in and says she has been doing an ultrasound to inspect the hernia damage, and tells me I need to drop trowel and lay on the table. She proceeds to lube my balls up with the ultrasound gel.
Oh no.
This is the most action I've gotten in months. So needless to say, I was at attention while this lady was lubing up my balls and ultrasounding my sack. And then when she was all done, she looked at me, gave me a towel, and said, you need to clean yourself up. I did not finish. It was too painful, but yeah, that was super embarrassing. In the moment, I was playing it off like I didn't mind. I was laid back with my arms behind my head and just kind of like, all right, do what you got to do. But yeah, I definitely was a little embarrassed by that, but also thought it was kind of fun. So
That's great.
there it is.
That's fantastic.
Love your show. You guys have a good night.
All right, sir. Salute.
Again, if you have, sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say this hombre in the chat was saying about the punch bowl mix we did. He said we did this mix when we were 12 years old. How old were you again? I think I was about 19, but I had never had alcohol till I was like 18. So, but either way, it was a bad move on my part.
Again, if you guys are looking to call into the show, leave a voicemail at 646-665-4835. That's 646-665-4835. I'll put that in the chat as well.
You want to rap with some poetry, as is tradition?
Yeah, let me grab a book. Do I have anything in this?
Dude, I'm excited to see this video game you're talking about that you're doing some voice work for.
Oh, dude, yeah, like it honestly kind of like I saw some gameplay of this game, and it's like you play as like a little character, and like you just get swarmed by wave after wave of like little like monsters, and you like every couple of minutes you gain a level, and then there's like boss fights every couple of minutes, and I was a boss, and I was one of the characters that you can pick to play as. So two
That's
characters in the game, and we had a lot of fun recording the voice lines for them. It was a blast.
Cool.
I really enjoyed it.
Is there's not a release date yet, is there?
No, there's no release date yet, but we're I know that he's like really close to like being finished with the game.
That's awesome.
Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll show. Is there anything in here that's embarrassing? I can't show this. Never mind. It's my dad. I gotta ask him first.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you might have drawn some dick pics to send to people, like a self-portrait of your. Next time, maybe we'll hit a little bit of that hour-long song and cut a needle drop because you're gonna hate that shit.
Okay, I got a journal entry. Does that sound appealing to anybody?
I like a journal entry. Can you read it as a poem still, though?
I don't know if I could read it as a poem. I'll try. I'll try my best. I've never been one to journal, so this is all very new to me. I've always enjoyed writing for creative purposes, but writing for catharsis is entirely foreign to me. But I'm giving it a go. Oh, I should tell you guys the date. This is Friday, July 2020. So this is not too long. 5 years ago.
Yeah. Right when everybody was locked down, probably.
Yeah. Maybe it'll inform some of my creative process. Maybe I will burn this midway through. We'll find out soon, I guess. Today went well. Work breezed by. We cleared the schedule by 1 p.m. After a quick nap, I met with Ron and Sam for some drinks. We caught up, talked about Sam's impending wedding. I hope it makes her happy. Mike, her fiance, is good. Me and Ron are still in a purgatory of teen angst and the nihilism of adulthood. I question if that will ever truly change. After Sam left the penny, I dragged Ron with me to buy cocaine. I didn't need and barely wanted. When I got home, I did all of it, and now all I want is more. I hate it. Dad got home shortly after, and I was finished abusing myself. The late night chats are missed dearly, especially on the nights we agree. I still haven't spoken to Alyssa. I'm beginning to forget why I'm even mad, which is my first sign of breaking. The thought of Sunday stresses me out. It's lose love for me. I'll either have to talk to her or skip seeing the kids. This is this week, which will only make me look and feel like a bad guy. That's something that I'll have to figure out tomorrow. I'll update when I write tomorrow. Maybe if I gain anything from any of this, I will be able to functionally communicate a bit of the dysfunction running through this wild mind of mine. I have to go to the laundromat tomorrow. I hate the fucking laundromat. There we go. I was at a real.
Okay, bro? Are you okay, bro?
Yeah, I'm okay now.
Okay.
I was at a real low point back in 2020.
Hey, man, I have been there for sure.
But yeah, that's we got one last voicemail. Do you want to do that now or
Yeah, let's do it.
Or we got
we got taking off my glasses maybe.
Somebody just sent a huge text message too to the
If we have time, we can hit both those.
All right,
You're good with it?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do both.
I just taking off my glasses to look you in the eyes and make sure you're okay. Just made me think of this. This is kind of embarrassing. My favorite podcast is OBDM. It's kind of like a podcaster's podcast. It's really well done, well produced, and funny. And I always, when I'm on a video show, I always have my sunglasses. Even when I'm on audio, I just put them on. It's like it's like a tradition. It's like, you do your little kind of like superstitious things before a show or whatever. And I couldn't find my Pit Vipers. I couldn't find my Aviators. Couldn't find anything. That's why I had to buy these new ones. I don't know what the fuck happened to any of them. So I still had some black face paint left over. So I was like, I'm just gonna draw sunglasses on my face. And everybody in the chat the entire time was like, did he get beat up? Does he have panda eyes? And they thought I was in part like involved in some kind of like, the people that didn't know, that came in late, that didn't know I was trying to paint on sunglasses, thought I was in some kind of gang rape ritual. And I had to explain that multiple times.
Like the panda eyes.
The panda eyes, yeah, that's what they. And I had to look up what panda eyes was, and all I was trying to do was paint aviators onto my face. Which, by the way, when I went to Party City, they said, "Hey, what do you need?" I said, "Face paint." They said, "What color?" I said, "Black." Okay, you need anything else? No. And then I walked out. Party City. Those guys don't give a fuck.
Josh Rochelle, send a text message to the number that you just called for the voicemail, and leave your number, and we'll give you a call. So because apparently he ran out of time on that voicemail, but the story is very embarrassing.
Well, we can play the first 3 minutes and then call him.
Do you want me to read this first?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Or do you want to do the voicemail first?
Go ahead and read that, and then we'll hit the voicemail.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's good to end on that. They talking about breaking stuff by accident and embarrassing stories. It started like any other party. Loud music, cheap beer, way too many people crammed into a 3rd floor apartment. I was vibing, feeling good, and then she showed up. Hot, flirty, giving me that look across the kitchen like we already had unfinished business. One thing led to another, and we started making out like horny teenagers who just discovered tongues. The apartment was packed, so privacy was limited, but we found refuge in the bathroom. Locked the door, lights off, game on. Clothes came off, adrenaline kicked in, and we ended up on the toilet. Not using it, just creatively incorporating it into the scene, because why not? Gravity be damned. And then that's when the universe said, "You're doing too fucking much." Mid-thrust, crack, the toilet literally breaks off the floor. Not like a little wobble. I'm talking ceramic shatter, geyser level water fucking explosion. We leap up, soaking wet and half naked, water gushing like Niagara Falls. She slips, I slip, it's a mess. I open the door in a panic, and everyone sees us. Me shirtless, pants half on, her holding her bra like it's a damn flotation device, but it gets worse. The water starts pouring through the floor. It floods the bathroom, then hallway, then downstairs. By the time we get dressed and try to get out, people are screaming from the 2nd floor like they're on the Titanic. "What the fuck?" someone yells. I hear the dude from the 1st floor shout, "The ceiling is leaking! Is this toilet water?" The party is over, lights come on, music stops, everyone's fucking beyond pissed, and in the middle of it all, someone points at me and goes, "Yo, is this the dude who fucked the toilet to death?" She's red in the face. I'm trying to pull my hoodie over my shame. The host looks like he's about to cry. I just grab my shoes, whisper "I'm sorry" to no one in particular, and vanish out into the night. And every time someone brings up that party, someone always goes, "Oh yeah, the great flush flood of 2010."
Oh man. We did have an email that just came into and another text. So I guess you probably for time you want to save those for next time, and we'll hit this voicemail. And
the email is the text. Oh wait, gang.
Oh, it's the same.
No,
Gangbanger Dance Party is the one I'm seeing.
All right. Do you want to read the email, and then we'll do the voicemail?
Oh yeah,
and the call.
I mean, I can hang as long as you want. So, yeah, I'll read that real quick.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So when I was in my early 20s, I used to get fucking wrecked, like fucking drunk off my ass, and just have a good time. I know you know what I mean. Can I get a hell yeah, brother?
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah, brother. I always hated it when people at a party were being wallflower or whatever you want to call it. Like, you're at a party, right? Why are you being a party pooper or some shit, you know? So anyway, my bros and I were party hopping and got invited to my buddy Eric's best friend's birthday party. My buddy's friend was a gangbanger, I guess. I didn't care though, even though I was a white dude. I was the token white guy of all my friends, an honorary Mexican, they would call me. So I was at this gangbanger party, right? And the DJ was playing music and just looked depressed and no one was dancing and he was just standing there on the phone, right? Right. I added that last right. I was just kind of agreeing with all the rights. So I started dancing and told the DJ to do his thing. Well, this girl thought it was cool. He spelled cool with a K, which is cool. That's always cool when you do that.
That's awesome.
Well, this girl thought it was cool. That is awesome. Nice, man. Well, this girl thought it was cool what I was doing, I guess, and she started dancing with me. I had a girlfriend at the time, so I didn't care about some girl at a party and tried to move away from her. Well, dance away from her. Little did I know her gangbanger boyfriend was mugging the fuck out of me and standing behind me while I was dancing like a drunk-ass white boy. This lesbian girl I went there with grabbed me and pulled me off the dance floor, and I was pissed and told her I didn't want to stop dancing. Like I was keeping the party alive, right? Right. So my boy Eric was in the garage at the house we were partying with a bunch of gangbanger dudes, and I went in there to get him and tell him we needed to leave the house because my lesbian friend told me so. All these dudes in the garage, including my boy Eric, had their shoes off, right? The rights are killing me. My boy Eric was the kind of guy that swam with his shirt on. And I was like, that's a gay. Hang on, I'm trying to understand what this means. And I was like, that's a garage full of half-naked dudes. But they got quiet when I opened the door to the garage, and I didn't know why. I thought it was because I yelled at my friend that we had to leave, and I didn't know why. But when we got in the car to leave, more like when I was thrown in the car to leave, it says in parentheses, my boy Eric told me he didn't want to leave yet because they were all going to fuck this stupid ass up that was at the party. Oh, okay. The stupid ass is the guy. We're all going to fuck this stupid ass up that was at the party. Well, that stupid ass was me. My fucking boy was going to kick my ass along with like 15 other gangbangers that all had their shirts off, and I went into the fucking garage with them to get my friend out. At that moment, I wasn't embarrassed, but looking back, LMAO, I kind of am. Like the whole house party wanted to fuck me up for being the life of the party. I guess I gave them something to do, right? The party was dead before I got there, and man, did I fucking liven that place up with dance. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell fucking yeah.
Hey, they probably still talk about that to this day. You know?
Yeah,
well, probably not. But
they probably are like, we want to kill that guy still.
Yeah, I did not read his name because I knew with the. Well, I mean, I won't read your name anyway unless you specifically asked me to in an email. But I knew when "gangbanger dance party" was the subject line that he might be still on the lam. All right, let's hit this voicemail.
Yep.
John breaks bad news. Man, have I got a story for you. If you want an embarrassing story, this is a good one. I don't consider myself much of a storyteller, but let me tell you something. Man, I was a kid skateboarding and decided to do a board slide on a little rail. I mean, it wasn't even 6 inches off the ground. I didn't know what I was doing. I was about 16. I popped up on the board. That board flipped out from underneath me. Sat right down on it, tailbone first. Cracked that joker. Well, let me tell you something. There was some good-looking women around. Well, ladies, girls, but there were some good-looking girls around. A couple of my buddies. I rolled right off that pipe, popped up, act like nothing happened. Ric Flair strutted out of there, and I was dying. I was really dying. So next thing you know, I'm on my way to the house because I had to walk it off. You know, I was 16, driving my car to the house. Noticed it was hard to sit down. You know, I almost was standing driving the car because I sit driving the car. I get to the house. My parents are out of town. They're in Ohio. And I'm sitting there at the house. Can't really get any comfort. Like, can't get comfort at all. And had to go to school the next morning. So I slept it off, went to school the next morning, couldn't sit down, had to stand all through class. Well, went back home that day, parents still not home, called my mom and dad, right? And I said, look, I said, I've hurt my tailbone and it ain't good. Well, they weren't going to be home for a week. So they told me to go to the doctor. I go to the doctor and they didn't do no x-rays, no nothing, and no parents there. But they give me a prescription for Percocet. Well, I had never had Percocet before. So, I'm taking the Percocet to kill the pain, and I needed it for the pain at the time, you know. And I wasn't taking it during the day because I passed out. So I went out to the garage, and I got me one of those orange life preservers with the daggone one with the two snaps on it in the front. So I'm taking this thing to school now. I'm in high school. I'm in 10th grade. I'm taking this thing to school, and I'm sitting on it in class. This goes on for 4 or 5 days. I'm end up leaving for Ohio because we're going up there. I think it was Thanksgiving or whatever. And my cousin's driving my truck up there. So I'm in the back laid out. Like, it's bad now. I got a knot on the back of my tailbone. So I get up there to Ohio, and my parents take one look at it, and they immediately rush me to the emergency room. So they basically get me to the emergency room. I'm gone. I've been eating these Percocets for a week. So I'm gone. Like, I'm toast. And I'm in excruciating pain.
All right. I don't know if when we call this guy, I don't know if you're going to be able to talk to him.
I should be able to because I can call him from my end.
All right. Yeah. Do you want to do that instead? Because then I'll be able to talk to him as well. Right?
Yeah, I think that'll work.
All right. So then,
we should both be able to talk to him.
All right. Yeah. Perfect.
Let's give it a shot here. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Your story ended with a cliffhanger there.
Is this Mr. Rochelle?
Well, yeah. Okay. So, yes, sir.
Okay.
Josh
Rochelle.
All right. So make sure, if I'm correct, I left off with me going into the doctor's office.
Yeah.
Oh man, let me tell you something. This woman was gorgeous. Now, I'd been seeing this old man before. I was worried I was going to run out of time, so I was trying to hurry it up. So I go into the doctor's office, and it was probably about 3 inches deep because it had taken so long for me to get to the doctor. So when they lanced it, it was an inch off my tailbone, like the lump, right? It was infected. So I'm good now. Been about a week. And man, let me tell you something, dude. I hadn't messed with it, and it was just ridiculously unattractive. It stunk so bad. I got one of the most beautiful women that I'd seen at 16 years old, and I'm bent over a table, and this woman's pulling this gauze out of my top of my ass crack.
Oh my God.
And she was about to repack it. It was so embarrassing. Oh, this went on for weeks, dude. Because they couldn't stitch it because it was too deep.
Oh,
so
shit.
this went on for weeks. I had to go see this girl every week for probably about a month and a half.
Oh, she's just
And,
pulling gauze out of your ass?
I realized, man, it was so bad, dude. Because it was like when I fractured my tailbone, what happened is it abscessed because, it's like almost like a foreign body almost. Your white blood cells are trying to push it out or whatever. But, man, listen, I didn't even care about that. This girl was so pretty, and I know I didn't stand a chance. But, man, it was
still,
the act of just bending over a table.
And getting...
And as a man, that takes... What'd you say?
No, I was going to say,
bro.
you bend over the table and, she's got a full view of your fucking butt cheeks and probably your asshole.
Full view.
Oh, and then she's taking a pair of tweezers and she's pulling the fucking gauze out of your ass. And you fucking like the girl?
Right,
oh, that's embarrassing. Yeah, that sucks.
Well, no, I mean, she was a doctor. I was 16. I thought she was, I thought she was awesome. Like, look, I mean, it's the last person you want to do it. You want some crotchety old man doing it.
Yeah, exactly. You want some fucking guy who's like sterile doing it.
Yeah, when you want the hot doctor when you're going to give a sperm sample.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You
Now,
let
there's
her
one more piece that
two
makes
finger
this
your
story
butthole
worse.
and rub that walnut until you bust.
Oh man, to this day it haunts me. I'm 40 years old, still haunts me. But listen, this is the worst part. So week 2, I go in there realizing that she's going to be the one doing it. I took the bit to the butt cheeks. You know, I cleaned it up real nice. And she called me out on it, bro.
You shaved your butt cheeks?
You damn right. Hey, look. Hey, Ric Flair wasn't the 16-time world champion for nothing.
Woo!
He got it right. That's right. Yeah, man. But she called me out on it. She goes, did you shave your butt cheeks for this? And I came up with some weak excuse. I was like, yeah, I didn't know if it would be better and cleaner. You know, it was more sanitized. Oh yeah, it was bad.
Oh man.
I can't remember exactly what I said, but I came up with something weak as shit. You know what I mean?
That's great.
Josh.
Yeah. But yeah. I appreciate y'all calling me though.
Thank you so much for your story.
Thanks for sharing.
I really appreciate you guys. Everybody who's like sent something in tonight, I really appreciate it. And Josh, stop shaving your butt cheeks, bud.
Well, I haven't ever since. You know what I mean? I just, tried to clean up the dinner plate a little bit. All right, fellas. You guys had a good show tonight.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, bud. Bye.
Bye-bye. Love you. Bye.
All right. What a show. What a show.
What a show. We did a show. We did a fucking, you know what? For no guests, we fucking did it, dude.
We did. We came back in a big way, I think.
Oh,
and
do you want to play last week's episode first?
Oh yeah. This is the
last month, the last episode that we did.
This is a kind of embarrassing video. We might even, well, I don't know. We got to figure out how exactly this is going to get posted. We might just post this video itself as episode 5.
I think we
That'd be
should
kind of
just post that video as itself as episode 5.
Cut down cut 90 minutes down into about 45 seconds here.
Yeah.
So here's episode 5 with a little bit of censorship at 150 times speed. And we're trying to get back to the first Thursday of the month routine. Life's been a little crazy, schedule conflicts and everything, but I know we will be having the first Thursday of May is May 1st. So we'll be having Manny Muskets, comedian Manny Muskets on as a guest May 1st. So
And I do know that June, I think we're going to have the Sign Fuck podcast, all 3 guys on for this for the June episode.
I listened to a little bit of that shit. Those guys are really funny.
Yeah, I'm on the next episode next Wednesday. That what would that be, like the 24th? No, the 23rd. I'll be on that episode, and we had a really good conversation. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. One of the most fun podcasts I've done, aside from Abs in a Six Pack. I always have a blast when I come on your show, dude.
Yeah, I think at some point we're gonna do a prank call stream with Riley Young.
Yes,
so me and him. That'll be good.
That'll be a lot of fun.
But here, in case you missed episode 5 live, here it is in all of its glory, sped up very fast.
Here is episode 5. Here we go.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed that.
Uh,
That was a good. I think that was a good summary of everything.
yeah, that was a
that
good.
happened
Yeah,
in that episode.
I
We had
agree.
the red balloons. We had the blackface. Yeah, man. What else can you say about it? That was I did. In case anybody's interested, on my Twitter at Sir Seat Sitter, you can give me a follow there. And if you scroll back to I don't know, less than a week ago, you can find my official apology, which was pretty good.
Yeah, I hate the fact that you apologize, but I also hate the fact that that I had to be the bad guy for that episode and tell you not to.
No, I mean I didn't think that one through too well at all. Really, I don't care about what people think about me, but when it comes to it, I forget how that affects other people. But yeah, no, that was that the apology. I think people will get a kick out of. So.
All right, love you all.
Love you all. May 1st, Manny Muskets, and everybody, make sure you give John Breaks Bad News a follow.
Cringe from long ago on the most.
Shit. Sorry. Go ahead. Finish what you were
I was
saying.
just plugging your shit. I was just saying at John Breaks Bad News on all platforms and JBBN Show on Twitter. And for me, it's at Sir Seat Sitter on Twitter, shipmyass.com for the podcast if you like prank calls, conspiracy deep dives, and putting a bunch of douchebags head to head and seeing which one's the worst.
Those are the best ones. The Battle of the Douchebags are great episodes. I want to come on.
You can go to douchebattle.com for those.
I want to come on for one of the next ones. Maybe not the next one, but
season 3 we'll be getting you back on for sure. We're about to figure out who the final champion of season 2 is. So it's going to be right now the first 7. We have to figure out who the 8th winner is for the championship, but the first 7 that will be going head to head in the championship is Andrew Tate, Taylor Swift, Tim Allen, Henry Kissinger. I can't remember them off the top of my head, but Charlie Brown is one of them. So.
Charlie Brown? Fuck Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown.
I hope Charlie Brown wins. Douchebag of the year.
He beat Peggy Hill in a great upset, I felt like, in that Battle of the Fictional Douchebags. So.
No, I think Charlie Brown is way worse than Peggy Hill. Peggy Hill is redeemable. Charlie Brown is not. He's a whiny cunt.
Yeah, he was in the finals against Jenny from Forrest Gump.
I do want to do the fictional douchebags episode this time, and I have a banger.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I know you're wanting to bring Jesse Ventura, so yeah, we'll touch base on that.
All right,
but love you, everybody. Love you, buds. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Love you, buds.
Get that embarrassing content if you want us to cover it on here to mostembarrassing@gmail.com. And you might have to look up how to spell embarrassing the first time, like I did.
John and Chris, they're diving back again. With their guests, they try to pretend. Laughing at the cringe from long ago on the most embarrassing show. Let's revisit what we tried to forget. The memories we're never gonna regret. Here's to moments we'll always outgrow. It's the most embarrassing show.
The most embarrassing show.